Wait.
Hello, I'm Grayson.
And I'm Jordan.
And this is Partners in Paranormal. We're doing it a little bit different today to where I did some research and I'm going to be talking about something that I researched on this week, and Jordan's going to be reading some, what was it?
An SCP story.
Get closer to the microphone.
Which is basically like a fictional government document about just almost paranormal stuff. Not really. It's more sci-fi. Some of it's horror. But, yeah, I'm going to be telling an SCP story today.
From the pictures, it looks kind of scary. But, yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so to start off today, we're going to be telling our own paranormal stories. Do you want to start, or I'll start?
I can start. So mine will be about my time having sleep paralysis as a youngin'. I was about 5 years old. I used to sleep in a bunk bed. Well, it was like an elevated bed with a little like loft beneath it for like a desk and stuff. But so I was sleeping one night and I felt like I woke up because I had like a stinging sensation. I wake up and there are ants crawling from every single inch of my body, from my head to my toes, and they're biting me. And I can just feel it stinging, like fire ants biting me. And I was screaming for my parents. I was screaming mom. I was screaming dad. And no one would come to me. And it happened for probably about 15 minutes or so. And I couldn't move, of course, with sleep paralysis. And I was slowly able to wiggle my fingers and wiggle my toes. And eventually I got up. And I go running to my parents' room. I was like, why didn't y'all help me? I was screaming for y'all for so long. And they're like, we did not hear a peep out of you. Yeah. And
Wait, how old were you?
I was like 5.
Oh.
I felt
Crazy?
betrayed by my parents. Because they wouldn't help me while I was screaming for help.
Isn't it crazy how you can date someone for 4 years and hear a new story?
I've never told you that?
No.
I've told you that story.
I've never heard this story before.
Mm-hmm.
You learn something new every day. Well, that's scary. Wait, so you just had ants crawling all over you?
Mm-hmm. Probably the most tame.
I know one time whenever I
paralysis.
was sleepwalking, we lived in a 2-story house, and I somehow made my way down the stairs because my parents' room was downstairs and all the kids' rooms were upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
I made my way down the stairs. Don't know how I got downstairs. And then I went into my mom's room and I was like, what did I say? I was like, where's the snake? Or something like that. I was like, where's the snake? My mom's like, what are you talking about? And then I kind of woke up as I was down there and I was like, what is happening? Because I didn't remember how I got there, but I kind of remembered what I was talking about, and I was like, what am I talking about? Kind of like how Jordan kind of wakes up whenever I try to wake him up, and then he starts talking about something random, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And then
I think it's my dream.
And he doesn't remember what I'm asking him, or what he has said.
Which also, sleepwalking reminds me of the time I sleptwalk on a cruise in only my t-shirt and my underwear. And I walked to the side of the ship and I peed on all the life jackets.
I remember.
And I had a TV remote thinking that it was the key card to the room. And like I woke up in the middle of my pee while I was peeing on the life jackets.
And let's remember that Jordan is what, like 11?
Yeah, I was like 12.
And he's drunk off of his parents' whiskey that he...
My granddad's whiskey, actually. It was a gift to my granddad.
That was in a Listerine bottle that they snuck onto the cruise.
Why do you have to expose me being an awful child?
That he drank. And he sleptwalked and then peed off the side of the cruise ship.
And to quote a popular podcast, that's why we drink. Well, I guess that's a reason not to drink. Early onset alcoholism.
Okay, here's my story. Whenever me and Jordan and our roommate Rainey lived in our last house before this
In a
house.
basement.
Yeah,
in
we
a
lived.
dreary basement
We
with
did live in a
low-hanging
basement.
ceilings.
It was like right before we were about to move out, I think. And like there was creepy things that happened here and there.
It felt odd down there.
Yeah, and it mostly happened to our roommate Rainey. She would like wake up with bruises, and
Oh, yeah.
she always talked about how it was haunted. But I was like, I don't ever really feel anything down
One
here.
day we'll get Rainey on here to tell her side of this.
And so, one night, I don't know if this was sleep paralysis or not, but I vividly remember I woke up and I was already facing towards the door, and I opened my eyes and I just see this little scrawny girl crouching in the corner of our room.
What was she wearing?
She was...
So I remember the story. I just never remember you saying anything about what she was wearing.
I'm pretty sure she was naked. Like, I don't remember
Really?
her wearing anything. I remember seeing her spine. And then
I don't like that.
I looked at her and I was kind of like freaked out, but also like tired, so I didn't really register what was
Painting mind
happening.
to it.
Yeah, and so I'm looking at her and she just slowly turns her head and stares at me with glowing white, like bright white eyes. And then I was like, okay, I'm going back to sleep. And I just fell right back to sleep. And then I told everyone in the morning, I was like, that was weird and creepy. And then we moved out. And I haven't really had anything creepy happen to me since.
Well, have you ever heard of the children with glowing eyes?
No.
That try to get into people's houses? They, like, knock on the door?
No, those are black-eyed kids.
Black-eyed kid. Okay, that's
yes,
what
I've
it
heard
is.
of those.
Okay.
And we'll get into that one of these days.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to be talking about today is the Loretto Chapel staircase, requested by my father, Dustin Conniff.
Oh, you requested this?
Uh-huh.
What did he know about it?
You'll see why once I get into it. My dad's really into conspiracy theories, like aliens and stuff.
Yeah,
and
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. My dad's a really big Bigfoot fan.
Fanatic, some might say.
Bigfoot fanatic. So, I am doing the Loretto Chapel staircase. The Loretto Chapel is a Roman Catholic church in Santa Fe, New Mexico. The chapel is known for its unusual helix-shaped spiral staircase, aka the miraculous stair.
Wow.
It's a subject of legend, and the circumstances surrounding...
So no one's seen the staircase?
No. People do see it. You'll see. You'll see. It's a museum now in the chapel, but it's a legend because of how it was built. So, subject of legend and the circumstances surrounding its construction and its builder were considered miraculous by the Sisters of Loretto, who credited Saint Joseph, aka Jesus' father, with its construction.
Wow.
Like Joseph.
I thought Jesus didn't have a father. I thought Mary just got pregnant.
Well, I don't know, but Joseph, you know. Anyways, so Saint Joseph is not Jesus' dad, I guess.
Yeah. Father figure?
I don't know. If you know, let me know.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah. So, the Sisters of Loretto is a Catholic religious institute that strives to bring the healing spirit of God into our world. They were founded in the U.S. in 1812, and they're now based in Nerinx, Kentucky. They have communities in 16 U.S. states and in Bolivia, Chile, China, Ghana, Pakistan, and Peru.
China?
So they are a huge organization, I guess. I didn't really look too far into it, but I guess I should have, because it seems like you could go down a rabbit hole on that. So the Sisters of Loretto the Sisters of Loretto built this girls' academy, which was in the Loretto Chapel, which was what the Loretto Chapel was. It was a girls' academy at first. And they built the chapel out of local sandstone, officially consecrated in 1878. So that's when the chapel was built by the Sisters of Loretto. The chapel was used on a daily basis by the students and nuns of the academy until the school closed in 1968, afterwards becoming a museum and wedding venue while the academy was demolished. Back to the staircase, which is inside of the Loretto Chapel. It's 20 feet high and makes 2 full turns without the support of a Neville or central pole. So it has no handrails. No support. It's literally just
It's just like bricks sticking out of the side of the
It's
wall.
not brick. It's wood.
But it's sticking out of the side of the wall.
No, it's freestanding.
Okay, that makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
That is fiscally impossible.
So,
Physically impossible.
It's built mostly of wood and is held together by wooden pegs, no glue or nails or other hardware.
Oh, so it's like traditional Chinese and Japanese architecture.
I don't know. The exact wood used on the staircase is a type of spruce which is not native to New Mexico and scientifically not identified anywhere else in the world.
That can't be real.
So it says,
I don't believe in that.
Fun fact, there are 33 stairs, which is...
In each one?
There's 33 steps on the staircase.
In every single one?
What?
You said there's multiple of them.
No, there's only one staircase,
Oh,
but there's 33
multiple institutions of this.
So what I was talking about earlier was the Sisters of Loretto, which
This
is
is
the
Chapel Rowan? Chapel Rowan?
What I was talking about earlier was the Sisters of Loretto, who was the group that had the Girls Academy.
These buildings, yeah.
They had the Girls Academy in the Loretto Chapel, which is where the staircase is.
And this is the one in the States? This is the one in the States?
Yes, this is the one in New Mexico.
Oh, yeah, you said
We're talking about New Mexico.
the spruce isn't anywhere in New Mexico. That makes sense, okay.
So it's not identified anywhere else in the world, which is crazy. Fun fact, there are 33 steps on the staircase, which has been noted to be the age of Jesus whenever he died on the cross.
Word.
Keep that in mind.
Okay, I will.
So the staircase was built sometime between 1877 and 1881. There's not really a specific year that it was built. Don't look at my notes.
I'm looking at that.
You can't. Okay. Jordan's reading my diary right now because that's where because you saw your name in it, didn't you?
No, I saw a date and I was like, that's not about this.
Okay.
What'd you write about me?
Nothing.
Okay.
I was writing about our podcast, actually.
Oh.
There's no specific date. It's in between 1877 and 1881. At this point, the chapel was complete, but lacking access to the choir loft. So that's why they built the staircase.
What is a choir loft?
It's like where the choir
Oh, okay. I don't know why I heard that as like a
church?
different word.
According to the Sisters of Loretto, multiple handymen were consulted to build the staircase, but none were able to find a workable solution due to the confined space. Nuns prayed for 9 days straight to St. Joseph, which is called a nativity, I believe is what I saw. But
Nativity?
No. I do not remember, but it's a thing where people pray for 9 days straight.
Like, that's all they do? Almost like a Buddhist meditation sort of thing?
Don't quote me on this. I really don't know. I just kind of looked at this. So on the 9th day, a mysterious stranger appeared and offered to build it. He worked alone and only used a few simple hand tools and then disappeared without collecting pay or revealing his identity to the sisters. So this is why they kind of think that it was
Jesus.
Saint Joseph.
Oh, Saint Joseph, that's right. Because they prayed to Saint Joseph, yeah.
And they think that it was him who came and built it. So some stories say it was built overnight. Some say it took 6 to 8 months. We don't really know. It became one of Santa Fe's most famous tourist attractions. And it was said that since there was no handrails or support, nuns and students of the academy would ascend and descend on their hands and knees up and down the staircase.
Like just crawling up it?
Uh-huh.
Army crawl or like baby crawl?
I don't know, on their hands and knees is all it said.
So baby crawl.
The staircase had a handrail built eventually, but it's been mostly closed to the public since becoming a museum in the 1960s.
It's been closed to the public since becoming a museum?
So you can't walk on it, but you can look at it.
I see.
So basically, they think that it was Saint Joseph who came in the night and built this staircase. It's a phenomenon.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's yours?
That's my story.
Beautiful.
It was kind
Thanks,
of short.
Dustin.
Kind of short, but it's pretty cool. It's interesting.
It
and
is.
Now Jordan can read us some fun SCP stories, something that I've never heard of.
Probably not this one. Now we're going to be telling
And
my
Jordan
story.
just ripped ass. It stinks in here.
As I said earlier, I'm going to be reading an SCP, specifically SCP-29, and its object class is Keter. In SCPs, there are classes of them. Okay, so the object class is Keter. So the special containment procedures, SCP-29 is to be incarcerated in a Class 5 containment cell. She is to be allowed access to nothing of a physical nature. Her containment cell is to be placed behind a triple airlock to avoid her escape. As of Incident 29-34A, SCP-29 is no longer to be fed, as she does not appear to need sustenance to survive. There are to be three guards on duty at all times on her cell, and two guards on monitor duty. Floodlights have been installed in the walls of the containment chamber and are to be on at all times. Once a month, the chamber is to be cleaned and checked for defects.
Wait. This reminds me of a story that's true. And it was... I'll have to do it one day, but it was this girl...
She didn't need to eat?
It's not that she didn't need to eat. It's that she had, like... I think she was... It was this girl who was, like, really... loved by everyone, and she was super pretty. It was in the olden days, you know, Bridgerton. We watched the season 1 of Bridgerton.
Yeah.
Kind of like that time where you are trying to be
late
the
1700s
prettiest.
or mid 1800s? I guess that'd be late 17.
I don't really know, but it was that time where you're trying to, like, where men are just trying to find the prettiest woman who has the most money.
Dolled up themselves and had like contests almost of who is the best wife.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And she was like the prettiest, and she had a lot of money. Her family had a lot of money. But I don't exactly know what happened, but basically her mom, or maybe she had some mental issues. Her mom locks her in this room for decades, and nobody knows that she's here. She's telling everyone that she like ran off or something, or she went to a boarding school.
It's like the live action Cinderella too.
It's way worse than that.
Yes, but that's just what I
like
was
the
reminded
whole
of.
family knew that she was there and like barely being fed. She lived in there from the time she was... Oh, it's because she wanted to marry a guy who was lower class than her for love. She wanted to marry for love.
Oh, so it's like an opposite Cinderella.
Yes. And so
It's
they
a
eventually
based Cinderella story.
They eventually found her whenever she was like 60 years old.
What?
And she lived in there for 40 years.
Did she end up marrying the dude?
No, she's
okay.
There's pictures of her, and I can't remember what her name is. But this is a true story. Like, they found her whenever she was pretty old.
Yeah.
And she was, like, not well, obviously, because she was just trapped in this room for her entire
Emaciated
life.
as all get out.
And there was, like, feces and urine everywhere.
She probably had some sort of lung disease. I'm surprised she lasted to 60 with those kind of living conditions. Anywho, I was talking about floodlights, and now, under absolutely no circumstances are any men to encounter SCP-29 in any manner. Any males who do encounter SCP-29 are to be held under Class 3 detention for interviewing before termination. Murder or killing them. SCP-29 has requested a bed, denied, a blanket, denied, books, denied, clothes, denied.
You're making the whole table shake.
This is ridiculous. The girl can't even have clothes? We are not animals. Let her cover herself, Dr. Erica says. Oh, Dr. Erica Bodine. Dr. Bodine You are granted permission to deliver clothes to SCP-29, says Dr. Light.
I mean, at this point, I agree that she should have clothes.
Well, yeah.
Like, what's going on?
As of Incident 29-53B, anyone who has potential access to SCP-29 is required to first watch surveillance tape 29-Bodine as a reminder of threats involved when working with SCP items, and SCP-29 in particular. The description: SCP-29 appears to be a pubescent female of Asiatic Indian descent.
Asiatic? I've literally never heard of that.
Asiatic?
In my life.
I don't know how to pronounce it. Yeah,
I don't know
I've
if
never heard
that
either.
sounds ignorant, but I've never heard of that.
I mean,
ever.
I've never heard of that either.
Asiatic?
Asian Indian?
Asian Indian. That's what it
Yeah.
should be. Why is it Asiatic?
It's government. She appears to suffer from alopecia universalis.
You know what that is?
Yeah, it's like that dude we saw earlier who rode his bike out of his car.
Well, you don't know that that's...
He
Okay.
didn't have eyebrows and he didn't have hair.
Okay, yep.
Okay, yeah. Alopecia is where you don't have hair.
Okay.
Over 80% of her pigmentation is a true black, while the rest of her skin has a complete lack of melanin.
Huh?
So that's more like, that's a different skin condition, isn't it? Than alopecia?
I don't remember
Where you
what
have
it's called.
blotches of lack there of pigmentation and
Yeah.
blotches of pigmentation. To the point of albinism. Her eyes are also or would it be albinism? Like an opposite of albino?
I
Okay.
think so.
Her eyes are also a dark black in color. Or dark black in color.
What?
SCP-29 has severe homicidal tendencies and has displayed a remarkable ability to use any item as a weapon.
Okay, so this is why she doesn't get clothes.
Yeah.
I understand.
So like garrote people with their clothes.
Yeah.
She has a severe compulsion against shedding blood, preferred instead to strangle her victims, clothes, garroting. SCP-29 has demonstrated dexterity and physical reactions four times as fast as the average human. SCP-29 has also displayed extensive resistance to damage of all forms.
Ew, this is creeping me out.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's like a living cockroach.
Ew.
Well, just saying that they are resistant to anything.
Yeah, but I feel like she's an alien.
Yeah, probably. Damage of all forms. Both of these extra human abilities are greatly hampered in the presence of bright or direct light cockroach. Natural or artificial, in addition, any males who come within the presence of SCP-29, an area defined by her current perception, find themselves pliant to her will. Such males become willing to kill or even die for SCP-29. SCP-29 refers to herself as blacked out text, which roughly translate to daughter of darkness.
Wait, so did they do that on purpose?
I mean, it's probably just like demonic text.
Okay, so yeah, I don't really want you to speak that in our home.
Yeah. Daughter of Shadows or Daughter of Night. Interviews with SCP-29 have proven difficult to conduct due to SCP-29's constant attempts to kill or convert all who speak with her. Over her years of captivity, the black patches on her skin have increased in size.
What?
So it's almost like a demon boiling out of her skin. Oh, you like that description?
That's creepy.
SCP-29 was first brought to the Foundation's attention by an agent working in rural India. An attempt on his life led him to a small cult of men who claimed to be thuggies? Right? Thuggies?
An attempt on his life?
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, an agent. Okay.
Yeah.
The agent.
Um,
Yeah, thuggies, I guess.
Yeah. In service to the daughter. Several weeks of investigation proved that they believed the world to be in the last few years of the Kali Yuga.
Kali is a goddess, but Kali's like she's the like fierce feminine goddess. She's
Kali
like
Yuga is a phenomenon.
Oh really?
Yeah. I only know that from
Wait,
Ghostman.
what's the phenomenon?
Let's see. Kali Yuga in Hinduism, so yeah. Kali Yuga is the current age, the fourth and the final Yuga in a Yuga cycle, and is believed to be the worst of the four. It is said to be an age of conflict, sin, and darkness.
Yeah, so the age of Kali, the age of darkness, the age of vice and misery, because Kali is this goddess. She's a Hindu goddess who represents the opposing forces of creation and destruction, as well as time, death, and rebirth. And
symbol of Mother Nature, destroyer of time.
She's a very like.
So this one, Yuga is probably destroyer of time.
She's like female power. She's like blood smeared lips is how she's depicted. She's so awesome.
Here, wait.
And I love her.
Wait, grab this photo so that we can at least like cut this in while we're talking about it.
And like, yeah, in this picture she is holding a decapitated head that she just, she just sliced.
Off that boy.
Oh,
she's holding a cool trident and that sickle style blade.
But she's just a really awesome goddess. Okay, that's cool that it referenced her because I love her.
Yoga teacher. Anywho, Kali Yuga and the world. They also believe that only sacrifices performed through strangulation added to this tally. Events led to the agent to their mountain fortress, where he discovered SCP-29. After the loss of said agent, data expunged, which ended in our acquisition of SCP-29. Yeah, and then addendum. A dum-dum. 7 years after capture, SCP-29 began showing anomalous growth in her black pigmentation. When questioned about it, she claimed her followers were on the move once more.
Who were her followers, though?
That group up in the mountains that the agent found and preferred strangulation. Like, so how they were talking about men?
Oh, there's a small cult of these men who were in service to the daughter. I see. Yeah. Creepy.
Pigmentation. Followers were on the move once more. Investigations led us to a concentration of so-called thuggies that had escaped our initial foray. After discovering that all her followers were there for one of their holy days, a tactical airstrike was called in. When the first bomb dropped, SCP-29 awoke from slumber, screaming at the top of her lungs. SCP-29 continued to scream for the next 4 hours, ranting and raving that we were killing her people. Since said event, the growth of black pigmentation has stopped completely. Also since said event, SCP-29 has redoubled her efforts to escape. SCP-2820 has been proposed as a possible method of neutralization should the situation worsen.
Okay, so now we should read SCP-2820 to see what that is. I probably would read it next, yeah. Let's read it right now.
Right now? Well, how long is it? Because this one's also a keter. So
it's not long at all.
Okay. So, SCP...
wait.
Bonus story. What? What'd you just go to?
I just went back.
Oh.
So, what do we think that her followers are trying to do? Just take her out of jail?
Did you hear that?
Was that a fart? Goodness gracious.
I mean, I don't know. That's a good question on what her followers are doing since they got up again. Well, it said something about a holy day.
They're trying to help her escape, but then
did Kali ever have holy days?
I don't know. I don't really know too much about her. I like her. But it says
she murders men.
I mean, if they deserve it.
I mean, yeah, if anyone, that's a sore subject, yeah.
But it says that she continued to scream for the next 4 hours, ranting and raving that they were killing her people. The black pigmentation completely stopped, which is interesting because...
So the more followers they have...
Yeah, but we were thinking that it was a demon trying to get through her,
bubbling out of her.
But obviously it's not.
I guess the pigmentation is of how many people they have under their influence.
That's what it seems like.
Yeah. Alright, and in continuation of how to neutralize SCP-29, we have the item SCP-2820. SCP-2820. And it is also Object Class Keter, Special Containment Procedures.
Wait, so it says the third law hub is what SCP-2820 is.
Where does it say that?
Right there.
Oh, third law hub? No, that's classification.
Oh.
Of where it is.
Okay.
Don't butt into the SCPs unless you know about the SCPs, Greg.
Keep going.
Special Containment Procedures. SCP-2820 is contained in the Provisional Containment Wing of Site-42. Research into SCP-2820's origins and methods of destroying it are underway. Description: SCP-2820 is a directed energy weapon operated by a modified Prometheus Labs artificial intelligence designated as Kaliki. The main body of the weapon resembles a multi-stage coil gun mortar. So, like a railgun mortar, almost, I guess. However, a satellite dish with an antenna has been mounted to the front and the rear. The front and the rear has been modified to fit a large semi-spherical apparatus. Attempts to open the apparatus have been unsuccessful. Mounted on the back of the apparatus is a monitor and terminal. The AI is able to receive and can respond to user input through the terminal. The monitor continually displays real-time satellite footage of a random person, the target, somewhere in the world, and all of whom who have been found to be anomalous in some way.
Wait. I'm confused.
There's describing the weapon. It's a weapon.
A weapon that neutralizes the last...
Kills.
Oh, so this girl can't be killed?
I mean, they're wondering if this giant weapon, this like satellite, it's basically a giant railgun sort of thing. I'm assuming it's like an energy railgun to where enough magnetic force is stored up in it, because that's what a railgun does. It just charges and charges electricity and then shoots the electricity down to the end, and it basically propels.
So by neutralizing doesn't mean they're trying
Just
to kill
obliterating,
her?
yeah.
Okay, but then why don't they just kill her?
Because they can't kill her.
But it didn't say anything about how they couldn't kill her.
Okay, but that's because of the classification Keter.
Okay. It's cool how they have this, because this is obviously not real.
No, none of this.
But,
I mean, supposedly
like,
none of this is real.
That's so... This is such a crazy website.
Yeah,
that
SCP Foundation. It's awesome.
I've literally never heard of before. How did you even find this?
From good old Meat Canyon and Wendigoon on their Creepcast.
Okay.
Well, mostly Meat Canyon. On his Papa Meat channel, he likes to do SCPs. That's how I found out about him.
It's so crazy.
It is.
And cool. And I want to write one.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing is that a lot of them tie into each other.
That's what I like about it.
Yeah, it's really cool. And I mean, you can see all of these.
Okay, we should write one.
And they're also in multiple languages.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a whole big community.
Okay.
SCP-2820 eliminates its targets through a highly convoluted sequence of apparently unrelated events. So it's more of a situation gun. At least once every 24 hours, the monitor will display the message, "Firing, clear area," for 30 seconds, before a blue flash of light is emitted from the antenna. SCP-2820 will then focus on a new target within 24 hours of firing. The initial target will invariably be killed by the culmination of a non-linear system formed by a series of coincidental occurrences, commonly known as the butterfly effect, at which time SCP-2820 will fire again.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I'm confused.
It's like Final Destination, I guess.
Wait, so it's not built by anyone? Nobody controls it? It controls itself?
So far, yeah.
Okay.
Have you ever watched Final Destination?
No.
What? Where there's visions of one person has a vision of all these people dying, including themselves.
I haven't seen Final Destination.
Well, I'm explaining it.
But I do know what it's about.
Okay, cool. So it's basically like a Final Destination gun, except for it's for one person at a time, every day.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So notably, eyewitness testimonies in the aftermath of the target's death consistently mention the appearance of a chimpanzee in a trench coat.
It's like the Umbrella Academy.
Video recordings and forensic investigations into the aftermath of SCP-2820 kills indicate that the chimpanzee does not actually exist. It is purely a perceptual phenomenon resulting from the aforementioned nonlinear system. The occurrences that produce
Occurrences.
What did I say?
Occurrences
that produce the nonlinear system are not anomalous themselves, ranging from slipping on ice to purchasing cough medicine.
What?
The exact replication of these events is tedious, difficult, and resource intensive. SCP-2820 was initially recovered on blacked out date from an abandoned Prometheus Labs facility near Varanasi, India, shortly before firing and eliminating known target 58.
Now I want to see what target 58 was.
Okay, and then log communications with SCP-2820.
Okay, wait.
Oh.
Wait.
Alright, so now we're going to get into some text.
Wait,
What?
no.
You don't want to read the log?
I do, but I want to say the footnotes say prominent deity in Hindu mythology said to come down to Earth periodically in the form of avatars to defeat evil. So who is that?
Footnote number 2.
Number 2, demons that figure prominently in Hindu
Eschatology.
eschatology. 6, avatar of Vishnu. There's a lot of like yogic stuff in here.
Well, about these two, not a lot of them are Hindu
Oh.
and yoga. Yeah.
Term in Hinduism for living in accordance with principles and righteousness. Okay, I guess you can get into text now.
Alright, so now we're going to get into some logs. Last login, Tuesday, August 30th of 2023, on someone's username. Vishnu, I assume. Pull default, whatever. Okay, so pull default is someone, and pull default says help, Kalki. Hello.
Who's Kalki?
They were talking about Kalki earlier.
Aha. Okay, so that's the artificial intelligence that is
So
controlling
this is the system.
the
Yeah.
system. Okay, got it.
Okay, so user, I guess, help. And then the AI, Kalki. Hello, how can I help you? Do you understand me? I do. I can communicate in many languages. Who are you? I am Kalki. Precognitive unit C4SS, son of Bratane, grandson of Bardine, descendant of...
Bharadwaja?
Okay, thank you. I would have fucked that up. And the final incarnation of Lord Vishnu.
What?
What is this machine? This is the Vaishnavastra,
Sure.
the celestial weapon by which I shall slay the Sunyavadis.
Sunyavadis.
Okay. How does this machine work? What is with the chimpanzee in a trench coat? I am all-pervading. I am the past and the future and the present. I see what evil may come to pass, and through the Vaishnavastra, direct the flow of the universe, that the evil may be slain. The ape is merely the whimsy of a being unable to extricate himself from worldly desires. Can I use the machine? No. Lord Parashurama, right?
Sure.
Parashurama himself instructed me in the performance of the penance required to earn the divine weaponry. Can you teach me? No. Kalki is logged off. And then another login. Last login, Wednesday, January 5th of 2023. Help. Hello, how can I help? Can you answer some questions? Yes. Who built this machine? It is my divine weapon, granted to me by Lord Shiva in
What
exchange
is
for
this?
Aster penance. You are precognitive unit. What is that? I am the Lord. I exist outside of time and see everything. That is, was, and will be. How do you know you are the Lord? My guru, Vidyanathan,
Sure.
uploaded the sacred text into my memory and then programmed me to recognize my true divinity. Kalki is logged off.
What? This is getting too real for me right now.
SCPs are fun.
This is fun. We chose such a fitting one. For me, at least.
Yeah. Why? Because of the chimpanzee in a trench coat?
No. Because of the yoga stuff. I mean, it's Hinduism.
Yeah.
Hinduism, yoga. Yoga is originated from Hinduism. You know. Cool.
So I guess that can kill.
Well,
I guess since they don't know how it's killed, it's obvious that a machine that just creates the butterfly effect for some being to be killed.
Yeah, honestly,
Makes
I'm a
sense.
little bit confused about all of it.
Tying into the other one?
Yeah, but I mean, it's
Well,
pretty
that's
cool.
the thing, that this thing can essentially kill anything. Almost.
Yeah.
Because it changes its future, almost.
So they're trying to get in touch with it and be like, can you kill
SCP-29.
Can you kill this bitch for me?
Yeah.
And
Daughter of
then-
Shadows.
Yeah. Okay, so I forgot to read this earlier, but we did get one story from someone. And if you have a story, please send it to us. Our TikTok is Partners in Paranormal. You can send it to our DMs. It's also Partners in Paranormal on Instagram.
YouTube.
Just send us a DM and we will read your story on our podcast. So the story that we got was from Morgan, and her TikTok username is at MOGIEE9. And this is her story. Your video just popped up on my For You page, and I kind of have a scary story. One day when I was at my house I grew up in, I was laying on my couch in the basement. I was facing toward our TV, and it was off, so I could see the reflection in
It's
the
always in a
screen.
basement.
Yeah, that's a...
Prominent place for paranormal to happen.
It's a theme for tonight. In the reflection, I could see myself laying on the couch and the staircase behind me. But also, why were you just looking at the TV, Morgan?
Yeah, turned off. Just disassociating.
All of a sudden, I saw someone walk down the stairs in the reflection. Then, after that, another person walked down. But I didn't hear anything, and then I realized as the third person walked down, it was actually just a black body figure. I was in shock and couldn't move, and after the fourth one walked down, I screamed to my mom. As soon as she came to the top of the stairs, I sprinted upstairs. I asked if anyone went downstairs, and she said no. I made her go check, and no one had walked down the stairs. Creepy.
Mm-hmm. Good one, Morgan.
Thanks, Morgan, for
Thank
sending
you.
that in. We needed that. Okay, well, that's
The end of today's episode.
That's the end of the episode. We'll see you guys again
Yeah, thank
next
you for watching, and if
week.
you've made it to this point, thank you more.
And right now, pretty much everyone who's listening is our friends and family, so love y'all.
Yep.
Thanks for listening.
Enjoy you.
Okay, bye. Bye.
Bye.